All right, the Lloydminster Bobcats welcoming back a familiar cat to the litter, you could say.
Yeah, especially when you have this certain guy coming from the USHL, Patrick Geary to be precise. It's his second home, a home away from home, if you will. A welcome sight for teammates, coaching staff, hoping to bolster their scoring.
What's the trick to tying skates so well?
Well, you want to grab both laces with both hands right here, and then you just kind of come in an outward motion.
Are you a double knot kind of guy?
It's been a whirlwind. It's kind of like on cloud 9 right now, because just seeing all the guys and getting back into the swing of things, it's awesome.
Patrick Geary is all smiles, joking along with his teammates, finally stepping onto Civic Center ice for the first time since March. A long journey back for the Libertyville, Illinois product, who was at a crossroads in the offseason.
I always planned on coming back to Lloydminster and playing again last year, but I was presented with the opportunity to play in the USHL for a team that was 3 hours from my house in Bloomington, Illinois, and 30 minutes from family there.
An opportunity that quickly turned sour after breaking his elbow.
It was pretty brutal, to be honest, right after the injury happened, and especially after we got the advice, that you might have to stay in the States and you can't return just because medically, all that stuff.
Once at 100%, Geary decided to call his former coach. And it didn't take long for Gary Van Herway to bring him back to the fold for a number of reasons.
He scored goals for us last year, especially in the second half of the season. He can play on the power play, he can kill penalties. So, in all situations, Patrick's an experienced player coming back that can help us.
And it's not just the coaching staff that's thrilled.
You gotta love the Americans, so it'll be fun. Yeah, it's good to have a good friend back.
Not only is Geary's impact with his teammates and of course the score sheet eventually be familiar to Bobcat fans, there will be a bit of a change. Case in point, his number 15, which he wore last year, that belongs to Mitch Brennan. He will now switch to number 14 in honor of a former teammate and leading goal scorer Austin McDonald, a tall task for the forward.
I got big shoes to fill coming in with 14 because pretty good player wore that last season. I'm chomping at the bit to get back out there and start playing for Gary and Gord. I can't wait.
While the American will help the top 6 forwards, another player from south of the border has decided to head back.
Some players adapt real quickly and don't have any problems adapting, and Jamie was just kind of a guy in the last few weeks that felt more that he'd be more comfortable back at home. And he's coming off an injury and he was out of the lineup for a while. I think he's just struggled a little bit with all that.
Coach and GM Gary Van Herway talking about rookie Jimmy Tich. Known for his speed, Tich slowed down after suffering an injury in early October and never quite got back in the lineup as the Bobcats continued to win. Tich just had 1 goal and 3 assists in 11 games. Now the Bobcats will take on the first place Spruce Grove Saints tonight. No Patrick Geary in the lineup. He still has his papers to get cleared before he can play. Puck drop for this one is 7:30. Now sticking with hockey, you win some, you lose some, but for the Bonnyville Pontiacs, who are sitting in 6th place in the North Division, it seems of late they've been losing them all.
The frustration's there, but as a team, we're trying to stay together and figure this thing out. I know we got a lot of character in our room, and I'm not afraid, to say anything, if something needs to be said. But I'm glad it's happening now than the end of the season near playoffs, so we can get it out of the way now.
And it seems like they're getting a lot out of the way, as it's been 3 weeks since the Yaks have won a game in regulation. They've dropped 8 of their last 10. Kyler Henn had a recent hot streak for the Yaks, notching a goal in each of his 3 games, or last 3 games. That's until the Bobcats put out the fire and handed them a 5-0 loss Saturday or Sunday. For now, like the bad flu, the team is just letting this dip take its course.
Some may have more than others. We're going through one right now. It's a rut. It's going to happen. Our veterans, we're trying to keep it uptight in the locker room. We're trying to, stay positive about things, even though maybe we're frustrated and maybe you want to tear into a guy or something. But you just can't do that. We need to be positive about things, and the wins will come.
Now Bonnyville will have a solid chance to get out of their rut Friday when they take on the Calgary Canucks, who sit in 2nd last in the South Division. Now moving on to Junior B hockey. The Lloydminster Bandits are in action to face the Onion Lake Border Chiefs. Bandits just ahead of the Chiefs in the standings, 3 points to be exact. And that is your first look at sports. Gerard Lampow has your weather details coming up.